Connection, an integral component of our lives that also happens to be one of the most fulfilling aspects of life on the road. It's the chance to meet people from across the country, across the continent, and even around the world who are all drawn to an untethered lifestyle. And while each new adventure comes with another opportunity for connection, you never quite know who you're going to meet next.
I'm Cherie.
And I'm Chris.
And we're Technomadia.
I used to work in Silicon Valley and lived in San Francisco, and in 2006 I evicted myself and hit the road as a full-time technomad in a teeny tiny little teardrop trailer to start to see the world and explore the country. And my first year on the road, ended up meeting her.
I was living in Florida on the opposite side of the country. I was work at home. I ran a software development company, and I was already used to doing a lot of personal travels and working remotely to support my clients. So when I met this guy and he proposed that I move into his little tiny teardrop trailer, well, that didn't concern me. What I was concerned about was if I could keep connected well enough to continue to work full-time while we traveled. And we were. We did not have an air conditioner on that first RV. We didn't have a refrigerator, and we didn't have a bathroom. Crazy, but we had solar and we had mobile internet. So we were able to do a full year on the road together as a trial with our relationship and prove that we could do it. And then we started moving into larger RVs that were a little more comfortable.
Yes. Had a bathroom. Next one did.
In-person connection is one thing, but in the modern world, connection has a wider connotation. For RVers, it's also the ability to stay technologically connected while living on the open road. Little did Cherie and Chris know that their shared desire to remain connected from the open road would open the door to an opportunity to collaborate on a new endeavor, one that sums up their chosen lifestyle of nomadic techies to a T.
I'd been living on mobile internet since before Wi-Fi was a thing. That was kind of my area of focus in California and Silicon Valley. I was at Palm and Palm Source and doing mobile stuff forever. And so when I hit the road, it was just what I was used to. I was already living mobile even though I had a house, and it's just gotten easier and easier over the years. But we were there at the very beginning of when technology made all of this possible.
And because I was running my software company remotely, and we were both bloggers when we met, we both had personal blogs back then, and we just combined our blogs and started Technomadia. And we're just talking about our travels, and we'd mention, we're working for our client this day. And some of the most frequent questions that we were getting is, well, how are you keeping connected? So we wrote blog posts about that. And then we started getting lots and lots of questions, and it became a point that, okay, I can either be spending all my time answering all these questions, or I can have my full-time job being a software developer. I can't do both.
Yes. And it turns out there's enough support from the community to let us make answering people's questions and helping people find the best ways to stay connected our full-time jobs now.
Having long since graduated from the days of being holed up in Chris's teardrop RV, their current digs of a converted 1961 vintage bus are much more accommodating to the working, traveling, adventuring couple they are. Yet for all of their dedication to RVing, these tech nomads see a life on the road as a much broader lifestyle than one might think.
We are building a fleet of nomadic vessels.
Literally a fleet. Our other house is a Bayliner 4788 motor yacht, and we've been spending half the year cruising up and around the Great Loop, and the other half of the year we'll be spending back at our RV.
Over the course of their adventures with Technomadia, Cherie and Chris may well have become authorities on mobile internet connectivity for fellow nomads the world over. But they're quick to point out that behind the scenes, someone else is calling the shots.
So the most important thing you need to know about us is that our lives are ruled by our cat, Kiki. She is the boss of everything we do, and she is the admiral of our fleet.
While a nomadic lifestyle split between land and sea may sound unorthodox to some, for Technomadia, not only is this connection natural, they wouldn't dream of having it any other way.
The more natural progression is you start with the sailboat when you're younger and you have the energy to keep up with that lifestyle. Then you move to a powerboat because it's a little less work. Then you go to a motorhome.
Yes. And then they say nursing home and funeral home is the proper progression.
So we're doing it a little bit backwards.
Yes.